So, what's interesting about these Bantam chickens? These are the third generation that I've bred, and they're actually from a Bantam rooster that was killed by a cat, and so I went ahead and built some incubators and hatched the eggs that were left because hens remain fertilized for about 2 weeks after a mating. And the other really interesting thing about these Bantam chickens is that some of them, particularly the white ones, are actually from breeding with a full-size rooster, and that rooster is probably about 4 times the size of one of these hens, so it's a very large rooster. And I guess the hens just missed having a rooster around, so they went for it. It was very strange to see that. The mechanics didn't quite work, but they worked well enough. So I have 20 of these Bantam chickens, but they're looking really good and healthy at this point. Haven't had any issues yet, but the hens haven't quite started laying, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to breed this generation forward or not. But you can see they have really interesting colors, and the genes lined up just right, breeding with the full-size bird that I got a bunch of white birds out of it. What's interesting, though, is the original rooster that came with the batch, who we called Blanco, he was purely white as well. So somewhere in there is this mixture of genes causing it. And what's interesting is that at no point did 2 Bantams breeding together cause any white ones. So I'm thinking what happened is they took some Bantams and then bred them with full-size Americanas, and that's why I ended up with that first grouping of white roosters. One thing that's interesting about chickens is that they can self-organize into pecking order into the thousands, which is one of the reasons that humans use them as livestock, is because they can be so easily controlled, and they'll group together and eventually stop fighting it out. So their social behavior is pretty interesting for such a small animal. I'm going to speed up some of this clip so that you can watch them come and go and organize.